Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is a double portion. It's Parshiot Matot and Massei. And these Parshiot speak about many different things, but in general, in a nutshell, it opens up talking about vows, about who can make vows, who can annul vows, and what it means to make a vow. It goes on to talk about the inheritance of the land, where we see that the tribes of Reuven and Gad asked to stay in the land on the east side of the Jordan and to not inherit land inside the land of Israel. And in the end, they make a deal with Moshe. He says, if you come over and help us conquer the land, and drive out all the inhabitants and to reclaim our inheritance, then yes, you can stay on the east side of the Jordan. And so in the end, the tribes of Reuven, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh inherit the land on the east side of the Jordan. And at the very end of the Torah portion, we have the 42 journeys that the Jews went on from the time they left Egypt to the time they got to Israel, the land of Israel. And what I want to focus on is two different ideas. The first idea is something that has really been on my mind this whole time, the war that has been going on. But it really works well because this week's Torah portion, we understand that there are so many different journeys. And in life, we know that we go on many different journeys. We go on vacations. We go on a little journey to work every day. We go, sometimes for bad occasions, sometimes for good occasions. Sometimes we're excited to go. Sometimes it's duty bound. I have to go to work. So we go on many different journeys and for many different reasons. Many, young people today are going to the army. Every week or every day, they have to go to the army. It's for some of them, it's exciting. For some of them, it's duty-bound. But everyone's got their reasons. And I was thinking, how do I relate to this? It's hard for me because if these people are going to the army, out of duty, or if they're excited even, and my parallel would be to go and daven for them and to go and learn Torah for them. It's hard because I really enjoy davening. I really enjoy learning Torah. So it made me realize that just like some of them are going out of excitement, I too should be going out of excitement. If some of them are going for duty, well, sometimes I feel I need to go daven out of a duty. So your journeys change, and it's not a bad thing. Our job right now, if we're not fighting in the physical war, is to go and pray and to go and learn on their behalf. And we shouldn't feel bad because we enjoy it. We shouldn't feel bad because we're able to go to Beit Knesset and to daven with a minyan and to really connect to Hashem because we're doing it out of a service, whether you like it or not. So that's the first idea. These journeys we go on, we need to do with an excitement, and we shouldn't feel guilty about that. We should know that Hashem is sending us on these journeys. We are always duty-bound wherever we go to bring Hashem's name into the world. And that is our job. Whether you're happy about it or not, that's up to you. That's your choice to make. But the message and the shlichut, the journey still stands. So that's the first idea, to enjoy our journeys. The second one is that every year we read the Torah portion and we go through the same story over and over. And I feel like as we get closer and closer to these times of Mashiach, which we are definitely getting closer, it's right around the corner, I have no doubt about it. As we get closer and closer, we're going to start realizing that our story, our history, is lining up with the narrative in the Torah portion. And this is just my belief. I believe that as we get closer, we're going to start seeing that the events in our cumulative life, the life of, Klal Yisrael, is really paralleling the life of the Jews from the journey out of Egypt into Israel. And I think there's a very special pasuk that made me realize this. It says in this week's Torah portion that if you do not listen to Hashem's rules or statutes, well, this is the idea, that we must listen to Hashem's rules and statutes. And the pasuk in the Torah portion says that if you do not drive out the neighbors in the land of Canaan, they will become like thorns in your eyes and spikes in your sides. And we see this very much today. We have not driven them out. And so I think when the war started, we all thought, Hamas, Yamach Shemam, started this war, and now we need to fight back. But I think there's something else underlying all of this. I think Hashem has started this war. Hashem is making this narrative of the Torah come to fruition and saying, now if you're not going to do it, I'm going to force you to drive these nations out of your land so that you can inherit this land that I want you to have. And I think that's what's going on as an undertone. Hashem is making the biblical narrative our narrative. the people, these neighbors have been thorns in our sides, Hashem is saying, now is the time to drive them out. Now is the time for you to inherit your land. So B'ezras Hashem, may we merit to go do our service happily. May we go do our service and know that we're having an effect, that we're doing real meaningful work no matter where we are. May we merit to see the coming of Mashiach, the revelation of Mashiach, B'mhera v'yameinu amen today. Shabbat Shalom.